Hi Doctor, we are from Group 9. We will present about the result of fishing using drift net in the state of Kelantan from 1991 to 2021. First, I will start about introduction. Fish consumption is high throughout the country including Malaysia with an average per capita consumption of approximately 14 kg per year. The importance of fishery in Malaysia can also be seen through its contribution to the gross domestic product (GDP), generating foreign exchange income and a source of employment for the population. However, employment in fishing only represents 1.3% of the total economically active population in our country, and the fishing sector has provided 88,495 jobs to fishermen. Nets are one of the traditional fishing tools that are still used today. However, indirectly, its functionality has now been further improved with several changes and updates made to this tool. Deep sea fishing in Kelantan is done in the water between 200 until 2,000 meters in the open sea, and it targets fish species such as fish and fish by using equipment including drift net.
Next, I would like to continue with the literature review based on the commercial fisheries in global. Based on the previous study, POGI has conducted the first anthropological job satisfaction study of commercial fisheries on 1974. Using the method of controlled comparisons, fishermen and a comparable land-bound occupational group were compared. For the objective measure of material well-being, POGI has listed 15 material household items and asked respondents to check the ones they had. Respondents were asked to mark their situation on the ladder for 5 years ago, now what they will expect 5 years in the future. 6 million workers and 24 fishermen completed the survey on this item. Next, Stephen has researched on the role of recreational fishing in global fish crisis, exploitation of fishery resources. This issue has become a major conservation issue on a global scale. Commercial fisheries have been repeatedly blamed for the worldwide declines in fish populations. However, Stephen contends that the recreational fishing sector also has potential to negatively affect fish and fisheries. Using the data from Canada, Stephen has estimated that the potential contribution of recreational fish harvests around the world may represent approximately 12% of the global fish harvest. Elevating recreational fishing to a global conservation concern would facilitate the development of strategies to increase the sustainability of this activity.
Marine fisheries in Kelantan. According to ROSLIMA Hashim 2010 in research status of river fisheries in Kelantan Peninsula, Malaysia. This study aims to describe the status of river fisheries in one of Malaysia's state, Kelantan. A total of 614 freshwater species were recorded in Malaysia, and about 278 native species were recorded, more than 35 freshwater species to date. Is it estimated that river fish landing in Kelantan only contribute about 3.5 to 4.1% of total river fish production? Next, Melissa Eliana Muhammad alias Kamarul Hambali and So Ayin in checklist of fishes of Pergau Lake, Jeli, Kelantan. A survey was conducted to determine the diversity of fish in Pergau Lake, Jeli, Kelantan from 2 September to 18 October in 2016. Fish samples were collected at several random sampling stations around the lake by using formalin solution and delivered to the laboratory for.
Hi, my name is Muhammad bin HASBI, and my matric number ID is S58793. For the research method, we have data source and analysis method. For the data source is obtained from secondary data, that is from the result of studies conducted by various researchers who study in the same issue. For the analysis method, we have descriptive method that is used to obtain mean, standard deviation, and variance. Besides that, we also use regression analysis, which is simple linear regression and multiple linear regression. And for the last method we use is fisheries model, which is fisheries science and stock requirement model.
Hi, my name is Nufata binti Muhammad, and my matric number is S59414. Table 1 shows the result of descriptive analysis by total cash and effort. Based on the effort, the mean is 6,352.99 and the median is 3,061.5, while the mean for the total cash is 1,048.43 and median is 900. This shows that the highest mean is the total cash and for median is the effort. Next, for standard deviation, total cash are recorded amongst us 6768.48, while for effort as much 706.
In this part, we use the Excel to run the data to get the regression model. The result of regression model equation is cash equal to negative 4,412.41 plus 40.75 effort minus 0.003 effort square. Coefficient as constant value is negative 4,412.41, which is when the value of all independent variables is at 0, the effect of coefficient effort on cash is 4.75. Mean when the value of effort increases by 1%, the value of cash will increase by 40.75, which gives a positive effect on cash. The probability value of the value is 0.0114, which is significant. The variable independent effort is affected by cash is because the value of probability is 0.0114 smaller than 0.10.
Greetings to Dr. Mo, I'm Sharon and my metric number is S58729, and today I will be discussing about the regression model, effort square. In addition, the value of coefficients for effort square is negative 0.00297. That is, when the effort value changes by 1%, the catch value will decrease by 0.0246. Therefore, effort square has a negative effect on catch. The probability value of this variable is 0.01690, which is significant at 1%. Variable effort square is affected by the catch. This can be proven from the probability diagram shown. Thank you.
Hello, my name is HAMZAH ROSLIMA and my metric number is S58881. Today I would like to talk about maximum sustainable yield, that is MSY, and maximum economic yield, that is MEY. Alright, for this part, I use the equation is the 40.7501 E minus 0.003 E square, and I got the data, that is MSY, is the effort is 2,458.35 in vessel, and the quantity is 80,130.45 in metric tons, that is for the fish, and the MEY is in effort we got 383.35 in vessel, and the quantity is 5,230.58 in metric ton for the fish, and the maximum carrying capacity for the vessel, that is 4,916.7, and the quantity is might be 0 because this is the lowest vessel to get the capture the fish. And the profit that I got from this part is for the ESY, that is MEY, is RM 1,192,948.90 cents ringgit, and for the MSY, that is RM 33,821.56 cents for this part.
Next, we can view the open access production. First, we find that 2640.17 vessels were used in open access production. Second, The cost of open access production is 46110541.6. Lastly, we can see that 488646879 units of open access production have been used. The graph of MSY is the next thing we can view. Prior to this, MSY and ESY are calculated to create the graph. The graph of open access production may then be seen.
In conclusion, the title which was researched is the result of fishing using drift net in the state of Kelantan. The data was obtained from Department of Fisheries to obtain data on fish landing, average Selayang fish and some whistle using drift net from 1991 to 2021. Overall, Selayang fishing has not yet reached overfishing, so that a fishing effort can still be optimized. According to the result of MSY, it shows that the total catch was 6,169. When the MSY reaching the maximum point, the catches will be decreasing because since overfishing in the oceans beyond what is sustainable. Kelantan fisheries development in recent years has continued to follow the trends that were already visible at a low rate that capture fisheries production is stagnant or declining in some cases. Since Kelantan fisheries achieve both MSY and MEY in the new year, a closer audit is required to ensure the acceptability of this asset abuse. Overfishing, habitat degradation and water pollution must be all reduced and managed properly. That's all from us. Thank you.